Today on the Daily Songwriter, we're going to go through an exercise together that lets us flex our lyrical and melodic songwriting skills while letting ourselves get a little bit ridiculous. Let's get into it. Hello, I am MLY and welcome to the Daily Songwriter, the channel where we find every way to make music every single day. Today's exercise is all about coming up with a new creative way to write our next song, because sometimes you just got to mix it up. Essentially, we're going to pick a pre-made track or chord progression, and we're also going to select a small passage of words from any random source. And then, by reshaping and using those words as the scaffolding for us to come up with our melodies, we're going to write a complete song while leaving the door open to come back later and add our own fresh lyrics. But why are we doing this? Because songwriting needs to be fun. You can write the most ridiculous, silly song about any topic and still call yourself a songwriter. Every successful songwriter has hundreds and hundreds, maybe even thousands of songs that are completely written and you've never heard them. They ended up in a recycling bin somewhere. So today, the ideas that we come up with might end up being a silly song that we're never going to put on our EP or release as a single, but you're generating ideas that you can use to build the music that you want to create. Now, I am not trying to waste any time getting started, so if you're ready, I'm ready. Let's get to it. At the core of this exercise, we're using words from any source we can find to create a scaffolding that we're then going to reshape to create a song. So our first step is to actually go find these words. Don't complicate this. This is actually supposed to be the easiest part. Just find a passage of 100 words or less, and we're going to use that for this exercise. The words won't matter nearly as much as what we're about to do with them. So again, please choose these words with the same amount of scrutiny you'd give to trying to find a piece of scrap paper that you could take notes on. I will be using this bottle of body wash. I know it seems silly, but the less lyrical and poetic it already is, the better it will work for us to use in this exercise. So grab a bottle of cleaning spray, a can of beans, a news or magazine article, maybe even use the last text conversation that you've had today. Just remember that since today's exercise includes practicing creating lyrical phrases and working on that muscle, try not to pick anything that already has a flow to it. So try not to pick another song's lyrics or try not to use a poem. Okay, you got it? Good, because I'm so done with talking about the easiest part of this exercise. Let's move on to step 2. What we're going to do next is find or create a music track for us to use for a song. If you already have an instrumental track or a chord progression that you've tucked away to use for later, now's the perfect time to use that. This is a great opportunity to turn that into a song. Otherwise, you can just go real quick and record a chord progression that you want to use. You could go to a website like Pixabay where you can get royalty-free tracks, or you could even go to a simple website that generates chord progressions. So like chordchord.com, I think would work. If you're going to be using someone else's track, just please pay close attention to any attributions that they ask for. We want to make sure that we actually respect the people that put their work freely out there for us to use to create our own songs. Personally, I'm using a simple GarageBand loop. I really recommend this if you have GarageBand because they're completely free to use in your music. I think even Rihanna's Umbrella, the producer, used a drum track on loop from GarageBand. I'm also going to be playing that same track today when we do the exercise together, and I'll show you where to find it in GarageBand. And you can also reach out to me if you'd like me to just lay a track down for it and send it your way. All right, you got your music? Then let's move into practicing our lyrical phrasing. Also remember, we're going to put this exercise in your toolkit. There's many more where you found this one. Make sure you subscribe so you can keep them coming. Now, the point of this next step is to practice our lyrical phrasing and finding ways to fit it naturally into the music that we're using. This is a great muscle to build because let's say you've done some free writing or you've laid down some lyrical ideas, but you haven't quite matched them to music. Being able to take a cluster of words and turn them into lyrical phrases that work for your music is going to be a really great skill to transfer a bunch of words into a song. So first, type out all of your words that you chose into a document. Then we're just going to put our music on in the background. And all I want you to do is add some line breaks. Just take a few minutes, add some line breaks, and try to make your chosen passage look and feel more lyrical. We want the music playing in the background because it's going to let you start to see the words that are right now just a cluster in more lyrical terms. And you might even come up with melodic ideas as you're writing them out. Try to keep the line lengths consistent, and don't be afraid to repeat a few lines of lyric if you want it to seem more like a song, right? Sometimes lyrics repeat themselves. By the time you're finished with this, you should have something that looks a bit more like a song than, for example, in my case, a bunch of instructions of how to use body wash. To help you with this, I'm gonna play my music, or you can go find your track, listen to it for as long as you need to. I'm gonna play mine for about a minute, and this will help us get into that mindset of transferring these words into lyrics. All right, I really hope now you have something that is starting to look and feel like it belongs in a song. For our final step, we're going to go create some melodies and wrap up this song. Did you already hear your brain singing melodies while you were lyricizing your words? If so, my trick worked. See, our brains are dying to make sense out of nonsense, out of randomness. That's kind of what music is. And so now that we've taken these words and made them look like they belong in our song, our mind is going to be hard at work trying to make them sound like they belong in a song. So let's lean into that for the last step of the exercise. We're just going to take another minute or two, and we're simply going to record ourselves singing these lyrics over our music. By recording yourself, you know it's being captured, your brain can focus on creation. I'm going to play my track again, or if you use your own, go ahead back to it. I'll be here when you get back. Let's go. What did you come up with? Feel free to go back through and try this a couple different times. You might come up with more and more melodies. I did this about 3 times through for a total of 3 minutes. And because I just really love you all, I recorded myself, and I'm actually going to share with you some of my favorite takes.
Face scrub hydrates skin and rinses clean with plant-based cleansers and clay. Inspired by nature, designed for man's skin. Love man plus care.
Look, if I could be this ridiculous with an unknown number of people watching me, y'all can be ridiculous behind closed doors. So there's really no excuse for you to not do this exercise. So what next? There's nothing wrong with keeping the song in its current state and just letting it be a fun exercise you did. You could even share it with your friends and followers so they can get a behind the scenes look of your creative process. But for those of you eager to take this to the next step, please go check out my songwriting video on how to add lyrics to your melodies. That exercise will help you get rid of the fake lyrics, keep your melodies, and add your own new lyrics on top of them. And I fully expect each of you to let me know which object and which words you used to help you complete this exercise. Please let us know in the comments below. I'm over here singing into a bottle of body wash. The least you could do is let me know I'm not alone. Thanks for joining in the fun today, and I cannot wait to see you in the next exercise. I've been MLY, and y'all have been amazing songwriters today. Happy songcrafting.